Lift
Hey
off.
guys, can you hear me now? I hope.
All right, that's an
Hello.
interesting introduction. Good evening, good afternoon, or good morning, wherever you're from. Welcome to our stream for the event Convoy, or the Truckers MP Convoy event that we organized for today. I think we have a lot of people joining us on Truckers MP, and I also see quite some people who joined us on YouTube. So welcome. Uh, Today we are actually with quite a lot in our Discord chat, so we can ask a lot of questions and yeah, just generally chat together. So well, idea of the stream for today is basically we will drive the event and we will stream it. And for the people who are, of course, on Truckers MP, they can join us in the driving. For the people who are not in the game, they can join us on YouTube and, for instance, ask questions to us from ProMods, but also Sean from Truckers MP joined here. So if there are questions regarding Truckers MP, he might want to answer them, but I kind of sprang it on him. Anyways, um, maybe let's start with a quick introduction. So, I'm Nico. I'm one of the founders of ProMods, and I will be hosting the stream today. I will be driving in a truck without ProMods colors. That's my mistake. I didn't get the memo, but at least I will be very easy to spot. And we have a lot of other people in the chat, so maybe everybody can do a quick introduction, and then I guess we will soon start driving.
Well,
So,
yes.
Yeah,
shall
that
we
was expected to happen.
Yeah, so shall we start from top of the list that is in
Yeah, that
the
sounds fine.
Discord chat?
I'm not sure if even Ben is here or if we can hear them.
Should we start with Grace then?
Yes.
Or
Grace appears to be muted.
All right.
Right.
Well,
Martin, you start.
Yes, you can hear me, right?
now
So
we can.
Yep.
There you go.
Oh, fine, okay. So I'm starting. When do we start exactly? Like in 5 minutes?
Yeah, 5 minutes or so. Can you introduce yourself?
Me? Oh, wait, I'm on the stream, right? Everyone can hear me.
Yes, we're
Yeah,
on a
everybody can
stream.
hear you.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
cool. That's cool, that's cool. Well, how can I introduce? Well, I'm just a developer. Uh, I live in Canada. I'm from Ukraine. That's all. Developing many countries. Well, some. Okay.
What is the latest you are developing?
The latest is Russia, and probably Kazakhstan too.
All right. Kazakhstan is then for
Yeah.
Middle East, right? Or is it also for the main?
Yeah, it's
one?
like well, we thought it can be like a separate
Oh yeah.
add-on, just like Middle East basically. Yeah, so it was like this.
All right.
But a lot of people here.
Who's next on the list?
That's Suke, I think.
Yeah, it looks like me. I'm JDN8. I'm from Australia. I have not really developed anything in quite a while. I mostly did ZItch and some stuff in Poland. A bunch of things that never made it to public. France came out.
All right.
I can't think of much else to say.
Okay.
Short and brief. Excellent.
Well, then I'm next on the list. I'm Microsoft, and I am a lead developer at ProMods. And lately, I have been busy with actually getting this release ready. So did a lot of work in merging SES Austria into our pack. And I'm not in this convoy, so I am basically only here in the voice chat, so I can actually read your chats on YouTube and attend the rest of the team to your comments if there are any interest in there. So I'm pretty much the designated co-driver in this entire stream.
Yeah. Well, not in my truck. I have the PC Gamer magazine on the co-driver seat or in the passenger seat, but you're probably in somebody else's truck then. All right, who's next?
Well, maybe something to read on the road.
Yeah, for sure. But knowing my driving, I need to keep two eyes on the road and not get a magazine here. Anyways, next, I think Nathan is next on the list.
Yeah, I'm Nathan. I'm a moderator, although I mainly do bug fixing, bit of map editing, bug fixing on the map, and bug reporting. Just kind of general handyman stuff, I guess.
Yeah, I
really
think you
need to be
did.
a bit more active.
You did the screenshots as well, right? That we saw at the starting of
Oh
the
yes,
stream.
loading screens in the game and a
Yeah,
bit of
exactly.
graphics of mine.
Basically, Nathan the handyman.
Yeah.
All right, excellent. Who's next? Oh, it's me. Oh, I already did myself. Well, then it's up to Sean.
Alright, hello, I'm Sean. I'm not from ProMods, but I'm a game developer at TruckersMP, and I'm responsible for making sure that ProMods works in TruckersMP.
Which is quite a challenging task, I suppose.
Well, often it is, but lately it's been pretty more chill because we made some things more automated. For example, the no collision zones, which work really great.
Very nice.
Yeah, always nice if you can automate stuff. That saves a lot of time.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, thank you. Who's next? I'm not sure if TKK was planning to speak or not.
Looks like he's muted.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, there
then
he is.
I'm next.
If you guys can hear me, I could probably try. I can't speak very loud, that's all.
Oh, we can hear you now.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you
alright
perfectly.
then. Okay, so good evening. I'm TKK746. I'm mainly an add-on developer, but the add-ons are a little bit slow. So in the moment, I also do license plates, along with a guy called Joshua. Yeah, that's basically the latest stuff that I've been working on, license plates and add-ons, mainly TCP at this point. Yeah.
All
Well,
right.
then it's my turn to introduce myself. I am Volleyball for Life. I have probably one of the oldest I've been the longest a moderator within ProMods, which is still active. And for the rest, I basically do absolutely nothing within the team. I only moderate the forum and Discord, and that's about it.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Well, and lately you have also been doing like YouTube videos on your own channel, right?
Yeah, that's true, but I don't want to...
Oh
well,
yeah, no advertising, exactly.
No, this is ProMods, not my own channel. But do subscribe to Volleyball for Life on YouTube.
He didn't say anything. Yeah, of course, feel free to subscribe to his channel. We are just messing about.
Nico,
Yes.
I think Scan will let you know that you had to change the route in your GPS route in the map.
Oh yeah, I didn't put it like in the one we are doing, so I hope that the person in front of me knows where we are going.
Oh, Grace has gone the wrong way already, so that's great.
Oh.
honestly, even though I'm the lead, but I basically don't know the route, honestly.
Oh, okay. That's
crazy. That's why I turned left.
I think. Do you want me to lead? I've got it.
I think I have the correct route.
No,
now,
you
I
have
hope.
not the correct.
We follow
You
each
need
other.
to-
That'll be fine.
Yeah, the
Okay, I
correct route is
yeah,
via
it should be.
Ushgord.
Yeah, it should be fine. Okay, let's go.
exactly.
Just the
Actually,
wrong way out of the city.
well, now that these guys are trying to find where we're actually going, I see that Sam also introduced himself in the chat. Of course, we also have a few of our guys in the YouTube chat moderating and making sure that everybody will have an enjoyable. Well, for me it's evening, but I guess if you're joining in from the other side of the world, it will be morning. I'm actually not sure who all is moderating today, so I saw Sam, but I'm sure that there are probably more.
Yeah, I am also there moderating, and Scan is moderating.
Exactly. I see somebody asking new ProMods 2.61. This is the new ProMods 2.61. It was released, I think, on Monday, if I'm not lying, or maybe Tuesday.
I believe Monday.
It was a few days ago.
Exactly.
Pentecost Monday.
Exactly, it was a few days ago. So for anybody who thinks like, oh, the screenshots we saw at the start of the screen, they look really nice, or think the areas you're driving through now are really nice, you can now download it from the forum, promods.net. Actually, there's for ETS2 there's an even better shortcut. You can type in download.promods.net and you will be immediately guided to the ETS2 download for ProMods. Anyways,
as long as you're logged in.
Oh yeah, for sure. You need an account, but that's something you can make quite quickly. Anyways, it seems that we are finally departing now, and that's great. I hope that the person in front of me knows the way as well. So now it's just a matter of trying to get there, and I actually not sure. I think we are driving to Romania, but correct me if I'm wrong if that's not the case.
Yeah, via Moldova and Ukraine.
All right. Okay. Okay. That's why people said that my.
Yeah, but first you have to go via Ostrava.
All right. Yeah.
And, we already have one question in the chat.
Excellent.
Yeah, one of the questions is, does ProMods work with SES software or do we work apart? That is actually kind of bit complicated.
Exactly.
So technically, we are two separate entities. So ProMods is actually just a third-party team. So in theory, we work completely separate from SES. However, some people who are also involved in ProMods are actually also working for SES. Some part-time, some full-time. And so there is a bit of communication between the two. And so it's not completely separate in practice. I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, exactly. And of course, some people who were in the past part of the ProMods team are now living happily in Prague. And actually, they don't really develop for ProMods anymore. Instead, they are working on both ATS and ETS2. So that's actually quite, yeah. I always consider that quite nice to know that, like, people who joined us in the past, after a few years, they decided that the next step in their life should be to make this a profession, just like you did, of course, Mandelsoft. So in that regard, the question is quite complicated to answer if it's separate or not.
Oh yes, it does give at least it gives me a somewhat of a nice feeling to know that people who now do this job as a profession once started with well, the simple mod ProMods once was.
Yeah, exactly.
Because simple we aren't anymore.
Yeah, how people are affecting the community like that. Our modders are now building stuff for the actual game. It's a great feeling.
And it's actually not just ProMods. I believe I heard that recently a new guy was hired at SCS who also had like a lot of experience, but from a different modding project.
Yeah, it was a thing from one of the, I think, fictional Poland projects.
Yeah, one of the one-to-one maps.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
And yeah, of course, also some other modders from other also get from other disciplines are also hired. I think one of the I think high-profile hires is I think a Sizzle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. I mean, everybody knows the Sizzle truck pack, I think. I believe like his mods are in the like top 10 of Steam Workshop for ETS2. And of course, don't forget, like long ago, 50 Keda made the plugin for Blender, which was first also a community project, and then SCS actually hired him, and they started developing these tools as in an official umbrella. Let's call it like that.
and we're very thankful that he did. So because a lot of us are using it regularly.
Yeah, definitely. It's still on my to-do list to learn it. I know quite some things in all the years that I've been modding, but working with Blender is not really my specialty yet. I've always worked with ZModeler, but that was and still is a commercial product, so you have to pay a monthly subscription for that.
Yeah, but honestly, the Blender tools are much more insightful when it comes to editing prefabs.
Yeah, I can definitely imagine. All right.
And there was another hire for on the ATS side. Is I think Nat Thunder is one of the high-profile hires. I think he did some signage work as a mod for ATS, and now he's actually doing it in the actual game for SES.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm also, although I'm not full-time active at SES, I still do some part-time jobs. For instance, last year I rebuilt Lyon, and I also did all the signage for the Austria reskin. So that was actually really fun to work with, because yeah, it's completely a mess. It's really one of the worst signage styles in Europe. Still, it was kind of fun to work with, because you don't know what kind of bad sign you will work on next.
Everything is unique, you could say.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, pretty much.
And of course, it's great to see that SCS uses the skill and passion from the community in order to improve their game. I saw a question actually relating to what SCS is doing by I cannot read the name, that's too quick, but somebody asked what will ProMods do when the West Balkan DLC will release. Well, like we always do, we will adapt. Lately, of course, SCS their DLC pace has increased a lot, which is of course challenging for us, especially on the Eurotruck side, because we often have to make decisions. Should we sacrifice our work with work from SCS that is of course like more up to date, but in return our work is often a little bit more accurate when it comes to the infrastructure side, so maybe not up to date when it comes to the detailing and the techniques that SCS currently uses, but yeah, it's always a very interesting topic. And well, I think West Balkans, I mean, we already have quite a large area, but we also have quite a lot of gaps. So yeah, we can make a combination regarding that.
And we also have quite a lot of areas that are just old. Like most of Slovenia, like a large part of Slovenia is still quite old.
Yeah, exactly. For instance, so we can actually update that. I actually have a question for Sean. Quite a random question. I think I disabled the player tags. How do I enable it again in TruckersMP?
Oh, you mean like the user interface by pressing the F11 key?
Oh. Yes, alright. There it is again. Now I know who I'm following actually. Oh, it's volleyball. Alright. Okay, that was a short question, short technical question. Now we can go back to the stream. All right, I see that people are sending hearts to show the love for the moderators. So that's really great. Maybe we can also all send a token of appreciation to the TruckersMP event team, who actually spent quite a lot of time organizing all of this, making sure that everything is put in place, that everybody knows what needs to be done. So massive thanks for that as well.
Yeah, but we had quite a short notice with the release. Sorry for that.
Yeah, that's always the interesting part, of course, because it's not just TruckersMP that needs to be up to date. The game needs to be correct. ProMods needs to be correct, and yeah, we had to quickly. We had to quickly, of course, do the release in order to have the latest and the greatest content. But I think we managed quite right, or quite alright with the 2.61.
Still always an endless list of bugs to fix, though.
there's always an endless list of bugs to fix. Let's just call them features, and then we all.
And just when you think you get done with it, then some new ones come around.
Yeah, exactly. It's yeah. I mean, for many people, it's always hard to imagine how difficult it is to not just only build a map, but to distribute it or to organize it in a big team. I mean, if you're working with 30, 40, 50 people on the same data, it's always tricky to see what happens. I mean, it's impossible for one person to know everything. So yeah, it's always a challenge, and not only that, it just takes a lot of time as well in order to get everything organized. So when it comes to releasing, we are always a bit slower than we would like, but I think now with 2.61 we again have a really nice product ready regarding Eurotruck.
But,
And
there's also
yeah, go ahead.
it's also of course that beta testers are pretty important, because usually beta testers look at the map a bit differently than you developers, and usually spot bugs that you miss. So
Exactly. Or well, I mean, I can speak for myself. I often don't even thoroughly check for bugs. So then it's really great that we have this.
Gameplay and development can be a bit different in things you look for.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, like, of course, when you are developing, you have a completely different angle on the world than when you're in the truck. So it's always quite tricky to find the balance in like developing, but also checking if everything looks alright. So.
But that's also why it's good that we keep our beta testing team regularly updated.
Yes.
But, while the bad ones, so to speak, get demoted or even removed, and some people who we notice in the on the Discord or on the forum who indeed are helpful and reporting a lot of stuff get promoted to new and maybe even better beta testers, because exactly as Nathan says, as a player you see completely different errors than a developer does, and indeed as a developer you rarely see it from the truck side of things, and our beta testers don't do anything differently than driving around the map in a truck and spotting bugs.
Yeah, exactly. And then of course a contribution from people who take the time to report them on the forum. That helps a lot. I see that I think Zaki put a really long question in the chat, which is I think an interesting question, but
yes.
for me too hard to read. So maybe Mandelsoft can read it. And if I find a straight piece of road, somebody asked me to show the truck.
So Zaki actually made a question about ProMods UK. So he says that there are some unfinished roads like main M62 or M1, and asks when these roads are going to be finished in the UK. Well, we can always say it's ready when it's ready, but yeah. Our developer Cash Time is actually working on just reskinning a lot of roads in the UK from time to time, and it's just an ongoing project. So we can't give you any estimations when this will be done, but slowly but surely more and more parts of the UK at least get a little refresh.
Alright, yeah. I see that somebody asked a question regarding trucks, and Scan already answered to it, that we don't know. Generally, of course, we sometimes do know things in advance from SCS, so even if we would know about new trucks from MAN, Iveco or Volvo, we are not allowed to tell it in this chat. So I see a question regarding, will you add Ukraine and Belarus? Well,
Ukraine we already have a part. Belarus is, yeah, We have nobody working on it there, and even Ukraine is a bit stalled because our focus is now a bit elsewhere on the map. And yeah, the thing, Ukraine is also a bit hard not to crack because yeah, with with the war going on, we don't know how accurate the street view is, or maybe that some things may be controversial, but maybe about most of it is that there is just no focus on it right now. So there's no one really working there. So development is a bit stalled. I mean, it's still quite a big country to work on. So it's also will take a long time once it's started. So
And there's still a dozen
don't-
other projects.
yes, so that's also a thing. There's a lot of people they say like, hey, why you guys go do something in Turkey, or why you go do something in UK or Italy or Poland? It's like, yeah, we can do a lot, but we can't do it all at once. I mean, we have to set priorities. There's always always need these priorities, and that is.
Whoa! I
I
got
see some dots moving.
I got hit from behind by Plum.
Always
It's a
plum.
typical
My-
eco driving.
Always plum.
my
Always
truck
Plum.
has been remodeled. This looks quite interesting.
First crash of the convoy.
Hey!
And it's a really freaky one.
Yeah, I think my truck is right now
Mangled.
broken. Yeah, I'm not sure what is
Slash
happening.
fix.
Yeah, I'm not sure if /fix will
Seems like
fix
you're
this.
stuck.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe maybe Sean can.
Are you allowed to respawn?
I don't think so. I can spawn.
So
The TruckersMP.
GG Plum.
Yeah.
I can fix it probably.
Yeah, if you would, then that would be awesome. Yeah, this truck
But
has had better days. You want to know my ID, right? It's
Wait,
112.
Wait,
I'm 112. All right, thank you very much. Let's
Can you
go.
slow down?
Okay, so we also have some questions about if Greece is still there in 2.61. I say yes, but there's no new content for Greece. And also someone asked if we could add Caucasus, when we will add the Caucasus. Hopefully soon. But yeah, we still need someone to work on that.
Yeah, we had some development there that Horizon did a while ago, but it's been unfinished for don't know how long now.
Yeah. But yeah, development of that region is now a bit slow, so unfortunately.
As always, it's always personal preference with people who want to build wherever or lose motivation in one area or switch games or an endless amount of things.
Yeah.
Unlike what some people think, we work where we want to work. We don't have someone dictating where we work.
And sometimes it's a bit chaos.
Chaotic managing all of it.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, that's a conscious choice. I mean, we give everybody who wants to work with us. It's not for us, but with us. I mean, ProMods is of course more like a group than a company. So anybody who wants to work with us on a certain area. And of course has a certain level of skill can of course work with the project basically, and we give them a lot of freedom because yeah we don't really ask anything from it. For us the people who manage the project more, so like Mandelsoft, me and the Skull, that of course poses some challenges because it's quite a lot more chaotic. It often happens that certain areas never get finished, but I personally believe more in the freedom to do what you want to do, because then you get the best results, because people do it from a passionate sense and not because it's I have to do it, or from a business part of from a business angle. So
Yeah, remember we're all volunteers. We don't get paid or anything. This is all in our free time.
Exactly. So I mean, like, if I would pay you guys, then I would put some more stricter rules regarding what I want to see back from my money, basically. So since we have a lot of freedom, yeah. I think
And
for
freedom,
me,
of course, is not just limited to where we work in the map. It's even like entire jobs as well. As you see, like Nathan, for example, who's primarily a moderator, but he mods in the map. Or me, for example, who's primarily an add-on developer, but then I also do little bits and stuff with the license plate and so on. So yeah, it's complete freedom, really.
exactly. Well, and a lot of people joined with a different role in the team and then changed to a different role. I think some people joined as moderators and then became developers. I think Cash Time, he joined as a moderator. Is that correct or not?
Yeah, and then it went on to bug fixing, and then that
Yeah,
bug fixing
exactly.
turned into actual map development.
Actually, I think Nathan also joined as a tester and then he became a moderator, and now he's Nathan the handyman.
Yeah.
Well, TKK also began as a moderator and is now an add-on developer. And
Yeah,
license
for
plate
instance.
guy.
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
so yeah,
So,
that's a really good point.
Well, let's say there's still hope for me.
Well, it all depends, like if you want or not. That's like you will be. The only thing holding you back is your own motivation, basically.
Just got to keep on improving.
I will. But hey, we need moderators just moderating stuff too. If we all moderators change into developers, we have no one to moderate anymore. So that's not going to be very useful either.
Yeah, exactly.
And someone says that those roads marked with X, so with the closed-off roads, should be open up as well, so that you can deliver in villages. That's not how this game works, because a lot of these villages are, let's say, just scenery, and if you would drive in there, it would all look pony or just missing details or just completely missing scenery if you look it from the wrong direction. So that's a lot of the map is just illusion.
Well, and what I notice as a moderator on the forum, which is as we all know, the only thing I do within ProMods is the question: can you add city XYZ? And well,
Yes, so
due
that's
to the
actually
scale, we can't really
ETS2
add.
map is that things only look good from the perspective from where you are driving. But if you look from all perspectives, you see a lot of gaps, or you see just really low poly objects, or things like the infamous tree walls, which are just literally just a flat textured plane with trees on it, and it's usually used to make the scenery, let's say, to create to close up the scenery in the background. Usually you don't notice it because it's far away, but now if you're driving here, then if you're driving on the road, you don't really see that.
Yeah. Basically, if we open up all the crosses and bars and stuff on the road, we're just giving you 100 different ways to fly off the map. So.
Yeah, definitely. It's a trick to make the game look bigger than it is.
Yeah.
I see that there's a question regarding your microphone, Mandelsoft, that it's a bit low. I'm not sure if that's still a problem.
Let's see, maybe I can amplify it.
And also regarding, I see that there's quite some discussion regarding messages popping up.
Yeah,
okay,
my
that's
phone was set low, so I've
Quite loud.
oops, tone it down. So
Yeah, do not that.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask, can the
also-
development team stop using the general chat? I'm not sure what's going on, but for some reason it seems that the messages appear in the stream, even though Discord streamer mode is active, so no idea what's going on there. GG Discord.
you can set yourself to what was it again? Busy. Then you don't see those messages.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see how
Oh, good. It started raining for me now.
Yeah, I think, well, actually, weather synchronization, I think we have somebody in the chat who can tell more about that.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's very
Before we
different
went, just
for
yeah.
everybody.
Whoa. Okay, there were a lot of people talking at the same time. No idea what was being said.
Sorry.
Weather is local only, so you can disable the rain in your console. Weather synchronization is planned. Maybe one day. It's
One
a bit
day.
different. Yeah, it's a bit different topic than in a closed session where you have only a few people. It's much easier to implement it in such environment rather than in a big world with thousands of players.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and to be honest, like from my personal perspective, I'm actually quite happy that I can control it like locally, because if the server would say, okay, now it's for everybody raining, but you don't really want to rain currently, then yeah, you're basically stuck with it. So, yeah.
And then Nico becomes a worse driver than he actually is.
Yeah, we don't need to bully me for the driving. There's
Yet.
Well, with rain, it's not like you lose all grip immediately, like in some other kinds of games.
Alright.
I believe that the rain also changes how the vehicle behaves in Euro Truck Simulator too. Not much, but in
A
a
lot
way
more
that.
slippery.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because the update with the tires as well, there's that rating for each tire that you select.
Yeah, but it's not like all dramatic with, like, say, F1 cars that really you just lose all grip if there's rain.
Of course, yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
they're not going 200 k's an hour.
I just want to say, like, I can mostly like differentiate between an F1 car and a truck, to be honest. But yeah, it would be quite interesting to have the same F1 mechanics, but then on a truck.
Can you imagine a truck with F1 tires mounted underneath it?
Well, I mean, like, I think we organized it like long ago when we were starting with the cooperation between TruckersMP and ProMods. I think one of the first things we did was race around the Scania demo track with trucks. I'm not sure if people can remember in the.
Oh, it was in the 2.42 trailer, the video trailer, I think.
Yeah, well, we made a teaser video about it, of course, with all the different trucks racing. I think that was the first teaser we made to show that TruckersMP and ProMods would start a cooperation. I mean, I'm not great at remembering things, so it could be that my mind is playing tricks on me. But I can remember something like that we made a video with.
Your mind is not playing tricks. We definitely make a video about that.
Yeah. Because there's been so much going on in our history. There's been so much change over the years that we've been here.
9 to be exact.
Yeah. Next year's a big 10.
Yeah, exactly. This summer it will be like 9 years 9 years ago that we released the first version. I'm not sure if there are people here in the chat, in the stream chat, who were part of this glorious 8th of August 2013 when we released the first version 1.0. Will be quite interesting to see if there's still people from that era around. I mean,
there's some OG players about.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think actually they are quite. Yeah, I mean, ProMods actually from day one was, I mean, not as big as it is now, but actually from day one we already had issues with distributing our mod. I can still remember that Skull, we put the release on the midnight of the 8th of August, and like 5 minutes before we wanted to press OK, the whole server infrastructure crashed because too many people were using it. Those were. Yeah, good times. Yeah, they were good times, I guess.
Yeah, it was only Skull and you, and then I looked at the mod as a user first, and I'm like, wait, this is not looking that great. This is wrong, and I can do it better. And Skull didn't really like that, and it was like, yeah, you have some big words. Can you improve it? So I proved it. So that's how I joined the team.
Yeah.
Upsetting Skull.
It's quite interesting that you started from having a big mouth in the forum to basically working for the company who made the product.
Whoops, I stalled.
Oh, we have some technical difficulties with somebody's truck, I guess.
There's been another crash.
Oh,
At least Plum didn't hit me.
yeah, I could break. Oh, there are people coming from the right.
Yeah, I saw that.
That's interesting. Did some people take their? Oh, well, that doesn't matter. At least we got to a standstill on time, and this time I wasn't hit from behind. I see that somebody said I knew the game, I did not have it. It had Scandinavia and then some places in France. Actually, that was the 1.5 version, which, yeah, with our interesting versioning scheme, was the second version of ProMods. But yeah, it was in the second version that we also introduced France. In the first version, it was Scandinavia only, and actually. It was Denmark, Finland, part of Finland. Actually, I think it was only from Helsinki to what was that place called?
It was Helsinki to Turku, only that
Yeah,
road.
exactly. And then some parts of Sweden and some parts of Norway, but only the south. And it's we now have the I always call it the Scandinavian loop, that you can drive from Sweden, Norway to Finland.
So actually, basically now in the game you can actually go around the entire Baltic Sea without stepping off the boat once.
Well, you cannot go entirely around it, but yeah, sure. From the north side you can circle around, definitely.
You can go around it. You can always go via Denmark.
Yeah, definitely. Alright, let me see. Are there any more questions in the chat? I'm trying to drive and read, but it's actually a lot harder than it looks. I always thought streaming, it's so easy. You just share your screen to the internet and you talk a bit and that's it. But yeah, every time I'm looking at the chat, I nearly crash into the people in front of me. So
Don't text and drive, kids.
exactly, don't text and drive. It's definitely not a good thing to do.
Especially not when I'm the one that you'll run into.
I didn't run into you yet, so
Yet.
refill your truck with gas. Oh yeah, oh that's really, oh yeah, definitely. I actually put the reminder on the on the on the socials today, but I didn't do it myself. So maybe we will quickly get some fuel and then join the convoy again.
You get some gas station in Michalovce on your right side.
Exactly.
This
Beautiful gas station here. Actually a custom one. Let's quickly do this, and then we can join the convoy again.
Unfortunately, there's a border crossing coming up, so you'll have time to catch up as
Yeah,
well.
I think we can stop like right before it, just to wait.
Oh no, you
I
don't
think
have to wait.
We're going to
for
get
me,
held up at the border, so we may as well just pass through it.
I already lost the ProMods team, so don't worry. I'm now driving in some other team, but it seems that there's a gap now, so that's like perfect.
You're not the only one who forgets to refill their truck.
Oh, you didn't as well?
Oh yeah.
Fill up before we started.
That reminds me, me and Sean sometimes play as well, and it's quite regularly that we run into problems regarding fuel in our truck.
And your driving skills, yeah.
Great preparation!
Yeah, let's talk about something else. Oh man.
All lanes.
I see that everybody is, even in the chat, they are burning me for my driving skills. I do want to put a disclaimer on that I do have a driving license, and I have 7 years, how do you call it? 7 years of no damage in my insurance policy. So I do know how not to crash, but yeah, I guess in this game it's a bit harder for me. Oh, I'm just following the guy in front of me, but he just drove over a parking lot. Okay, yeah.
Catches everyone out that bit.
Oops, yeah. Oh, we are here around the border crossing, I guess. We are going from, is this Slovakia into Ukraine, I think?
Yes, from Slovakia into Ukraine.
Okay,
this
that's
is Ushgorod.
Well,
you know your places, Nico. Good, you know your places.
Yeah, I will be honest. I'm not great about Euro Truck or Europe in general. The last few years, my focus has mostly been on American Truck Simulator development. I'm not sure if people know it, but we also have a American Truck Simulator mod where we have modeled a small part of Canada, and where, of course, in ETS2 our focus is all over the map to improve it. In the American Truck Simulator, our focus is to create a, well, basically just a DLC, but then by us, so just Canada. Oh, that almost went wrong. Interesting border crossing here.
Just for your information, the head of the convoy is already in Ukraine. That's cool. Interesting to know where the end is.
Yeah, how far does this stretch at the moment?
Yeah, this is interesting.
That's actually, yeah. I think everybody's now on the move, but I'm not sure. I think Plum, he knows how many people there are actually with us today. Probably, does he? A lot
Last
of
time,
silence. So.
last time I checked, it was I think 638, but maybe it's increased a bit by now.
How many people are in the actual server?
It was 221 last I checked.
Okay.
You can check it through the chat. There is /players command.
Well, it's good that we have a. Oh. Okay. I will.
Did you just crash?
No. I wanted to type /players, but instead I put on my wipers. So.
Oh, what a tragedy!
For some reason, I cannot start the chat. The chat is.
Alright, I've already run it. 324.
I thought that the chat is Y.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, no idea why it doesn't work for me, but.
Oh, you probably have it disabled. F9 key.
Oh, F9. Oh, yes, there it is. Oh my god, it's good that Sean joined this.
Did you just spam your keyboard before we started playing that you have like everything disabled or?
What was it? Oh, command/players probably, right?
Yes, players.
324, awesome. No, regarding why everything is messed up, I created some macros in order to control the stream, so I can change between different scenes. But I mapped the macros to combination with function keys, and I guess that that doesn't play well with TruckersMP. So yeah, lesson learned, I guess. I should buy one of those stream decks. What is the company again that makes those cool stream decks?
Elgato does.
Exactly, those one, Elgato. Yeah. Oh, actually, no product placement, but I really like those stream decks. But yeah.
Other stream decks are available.
Exactly, other stream decks are available as well on the interweb. So go to the interweb and.
They are equally awesome.
Yeah, exactly. I see that somebody oh, actually, it's somebody from our own team. Okay, well that does. Okay, somebody suggested we should make a ProMods Canada stream. That's also possible. I mean, maybe we should do streams more regularly, but I think we are saying this like every time we do a stream, and then yeah, we don't do it. So.
You know, we just have so much on our plate. Things come up and. There's just a lot to do.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there used to be a time where I had a lot of time for ProMods, etc. But yeah, then life caught up, and yeah, now I don't have so much time anymore. I'm already quite happy that I could block this evening to be able to basically host the stream and be here.
Yeah, a lot of the lives of the developers have changed quite a bit. So people have different schedules and different amounts of time that they actually have time to do this. I mean, ironically, the time that I had the most time to work on the mod was just before I actually got hired by SES in 2016, because that was between study and getting a job. Then I just had a lot of time, but didn't feel really like a holiday because you would still looking for a job and still waiting for an answer. But yeah, did mean that I could do quite a lot of things there. I think I developed Trondheim at that time. But yeah. Now I'm actually glad that even if while I have a 40-hour job per week, that I can still spend quite a bit of time on ProMods, so that's quite good.
I see that the lucky one says hi to everybody. So hi back, the lucky one. You are a lucky one that I saw your message in the chat, so I could reply to it.
Oh, here's let's do what SCS does. Where is everyone from in the stream?
We thought of this ourselves.
Twice a good 5 minutes.
I'm also curious if there are actually people in the stream who are also who are also driving with us in the event. I'm not sure. If there are people like how do we call it, multitasking, streaming and TruckersMPing.
Texting and driving, basically.
I mean, you can have the stream on in the background, I guess.
Yeah, but just a little reminder: people just don't text and drive.
Somebody says that he's from Kuwait. Well, I'm not sure if I should believe that. Germany, I would believe more.
Well, we have a lot of users on our forum from all over the place. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah,
Well, this person is called Bob Pancakes. I'm not sure. Yeah, I mean, he can be from Kuwait, but it's
We have
quite
some,
interesting.
yes, we have some people even from North Korea.
Oh yes, allegedly North Koreans on our forum.
Yeah, but I think on our forum you can select wherever you want to be from. So
People on the internet lie.
no, everything you read on the internet is true. So let's
Hey,
get that out of
and
the way.
nobody
Maryland,
on the
America. That must that's I guess morning, right? If you're in Maryland or not, or is that late afternoon or early afternoon? I'd say morning, about 8-hour difference or something.
Yeah, Sweden. But then again, yeah, people can go from anywhere, and hey, for all you know, the people on the other side of the chat can be a cat.
Definitely. I see somebody who is promoting the Netherlands, always good. So, oh wait, lying is standard practice. He's talking about the Netherlands. Oh, moderators, can we react to that? I see a question. When does the Middle East come out? Please. Well, first of all, thank you for adding the word please. It's always polite to add that when you're asking a question, and it's a good question. I have no idea. I think we are busy testing, right? The latest version of Middle East.
Testing, and Joshua is also currently working on the Middle Eastern LPs as well, the license plates that is, for the fonts.
All right.
Yeah, because the fonts got all overhauled, and we, for most of the fonts, I think we still, in Europe, we still had the source files, but the fonts for the Middle East are a bit more complicated with all these Arabic. Some have Arabic characters or numbers on them, and those look a bit differently than the rest of those of the fonts. So, yeah, it's a bit more complicated. And for some of these, we didn't really have the source files anymore, the source font files. So that was complicating things a bit.
Yeah, a lot of the sourcing for information are for things like countries in the Middle East or obscure parts of like Kazakhstan or something like that. It's hard to find information on the internet. I'm sure for the developers when they're mapping as well.
Yeah. I think even in Europe, actually, for the license plates in particular, I don't think we had many of the source files. Josh essentially had to make the source files himself by hand, essentially, by tracing each and every letter.
Well, it's always quite interesting because it differs, I think, a lot per country on what information is available. Because if I recall correctly, there are some countries that offer like a lot of information through their own public government sites, and then there are countries where there are a lot of enthusiast people who build these resources themselves, and then there are countries who have basically none of the two. Is that not correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, it varies heavily. Even for some things, when I was creating sign images for road signs for the UK, I asked the government for some files for some of them just because they weren't available, and luckily they gave them to me.
Yeah, that's so typically ProMods. We are such nerds that we start asking the government for how do you call it, infrastructure related data, so so we can make a license plate which is so small. I mean, I cannot even read the one in front of me because it's so small. But hey, they are accurate, so we know.
Yeah.
And if somebody ever will check, that's the case.
It's
And
one of
actually,
those little details that we put a lot of effort into, definitely.
Yeah, that no one notices.
Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's also a thing with, for instance, with the sign. Some of the sign fonts, even some that SDS uses, I actually had to make or retrace, or because some of the sign fonts were not publicly available, or they were available but only as bitmaps and not as actual font files. So, for instance, that I had to retrace the Turkish one. I had to retrace the Finnish font. And for the Russian font, I did find a font file, but it was not complete, and I had to add all kinds of characters to it. For instance, like the entire Georgian character range.
yeah, exactly. And then of course we did all that work, and then SCS releases an update where they make some changes regarding fonts, and then we can basically do the work all over again.
Well, not exactly. Once you have the font file, sort files, and things that are easier. But if you don't have them, then
Yeah, sure.
big fat F.
Yeah, exactly, but it still took us some days. I mean, like when SCS makes a lot of updates, it's of course really nice that we always get a lot of new content. But for us modders, it takes a lot of time to adapt the mod to the new changes again, especially if they were quite game breaking. And I think Sean can agree with TruckersMP that it's sometimes quite challenging to quickly push an update.
Yes, it is, but for us it's a bit different. Like
Yeah,
for us,
sure.
it's every game version.
Yeah, that makes it, and then
Yeah,
you
that's
get
a minor thing with you, isn't it?
And there's another thing is that the way we are using some of the assets, or for instance, the signs. There are some things that we do that SCS haven't tried yet or didn't had to try. For one of the things is what was required in Middle East mod is that there are also different writing scripts there. Now in Europe you also have the different writing scripts. So you have the basic Latin that you have in the most of Europe. You have Cyrillic that you have in Slavic countries like Russia or Ukraine or Serbia. And you have Greek, but what all of these have in common that they are written from left to right. Now, if you come to Israel, you have Hebrew, and Hebrew is written from right to left. And Arabic is also written right to left. But the current sign editor can only write things from left to right. So if we add some names in Hebrew or Arabic, we can do that, but it works really, really wonky, because we basically have to write everything backwards.
Yeah, exactly. I think what is his forum name? Platypus, I think, is his name. He is, of course, mostly working on the Middle East. He ran often against these problems with the different fonts and the scripts, basically. Anyways, I see Dude, he gave us a compliment regarding the superb work, that we should keep it up. Well, we will try, and thank you for the compliment. And I see that Trevoid C9 asked if SCS will ever release an Iceland DLC. Well, first of all, we hope, of course, that they don't, because our Iceland is quite superb. And even in this 2.61 version, I think we made some updates in Iceland again. But yeah, you never know. We cannot answer, of course, what SCS is going to do. But if their goal is to completely map Europe one day, then it's possible that someday they decide to do it. But till that day is there, you can enjoy our beautiful Iceland. I see.
Yeah, we will always merge and rebuild our content.
Yeah, for sure, but it's always like, yeah, as I said before, we always have to think about like what do we want to keep, what do we not want to keep, what's easier to restart or to improve what we had. It's yeah, we always have long discussions regarding this. Basically, let's say let's just put it like that.
Yeah.
And it will always be kind of sad for Purno, who started Iceland way back in the day, and Daul, who now is well, keeping Iceland up to date and expanding Iceland. Well, when SCS will expand to Iceland too one day, it will be a huge loss of years and years of work, which is also, well, kind sad.
Definitely, but
Yeah.
that's always like the tricky part when it comes to
Yeah, it wouldn't be the first time.
yeah, exactly.
No, certainly not.
I see comments regarding that Sweden is in need of an update. So much have changed. I'm not sure if you're talking about the road infrastructure or more about how the game looks. I see also somebody commenting on a rework of the UK. I mean, yeah, we are occasionally touching here and there on the UK, but the UK is always a bit harder to work with because a lot of the new assets from SCS are of course based on right-hand driving, and in the UK they of course drive on the wrong side of the road, on the left side of the road. So yeah, it's always tricky regarding that, but probably there might be things in the pipeline. I
We
see.
still have Ireland to work on.
I see
We
they
have,
will have to add snow and snow physics, and I think it's regarding Iceland that SCS has to add snow physics. Well, actually, to be honest, Iceland isn't really snowy. I think in July when this game is taking place. That's actually Greenland. That's more icy. So it's always yeah, the wrong way around. So I think if SCS would ever build Iceland, they will make it green. However, we took our how should we call it? Exactly, our creative license and added snow there. So it's not completely natural, I think, to have snow there in June, July. But yeah, I'm not even sure how the idea came about. But we were just like, well, why won't it be fun to have like a snowy part in our mod? And I think everybody just said yes.
Well, actually, I've been to Iceland in I think it was in June 2017. So yeah, no snow there, but it was a really cool place to visit. Also a bit literally cool because it was kind of the summer holiday where you say, yeah, go summer holiday, bring your winter coat.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so regarding the Sweden question, that was more about infrastructure. That a lot has changed. Well, I'm not sure. I don't think we currently have a dedicated developer for Sweden, but maybe at some point in the future somebody gets really excited about Sweden again and
Flint was actually working on Sweden, but he doesn't have really that much experience with building interchanges. But he's mainly doing a revamp of, let's say all terrain textures and maybe some brushings and the replacing vegetation. So just a little touch up, so it does look a bit better.
I see somebody asking something about Hungary rebuilding. I think we did quite some changes and additions in the last few versions regarding Hungary, right?
But yeah, Hungary is a bit tricky because considering that SE is also doing these revamps for countries, Hungary maybe it could be that it could be one of the next ones, but being so close to Austria, but yeah, it could also be something else. But now a lot of the base map is becoming really risky when it comes to rebuilding.
Generally, of course, Euro Truck is really risky.
Okay, my TruckersMP just crashed.
Oh.
RIP.
Yeah, or did your Euro Truck crash?
I don't know.
For me, the game crashed a few minutes ago as well, and there was some problem with models in the map.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Well,
I had to be a dick and pull over and turn off fatigue.
Oh yeah, Yeah.
You want us to slow down a bit?
No, I think it's best to keep some momentum because when you start slowing down at the front, it becomes like a tsunami of braking at the back.
Yes, someone says that SCS should use our Iceland map, but yeah. Yeah, although it's nice, but there are quite some issues regarding that. Most of it is there are some technical issues like does it fulfill the performance standards of SCS, but there are also quite a lot of legal issues, and that's the main reason why ProMods work cannot be merged. Because if you want to do that, then it's legal stuff all the way down.
Yeah, exactly. SCS taking over work from us, that's probably something that's never really going to happen. There are many reasons for it, and well, Microsoft put some out, but or well, just explain some of them. But yeah, it's going to be way too tricky to do that for a company for SCS as well. So they more invest in their own people and building it on their own.
So sometimes we can do the deck testing if for the people that are actually also involved in SCS, and that is, if for my case, just build something for SCS instead.
Yeah, of course, but that's really for your case. I mean, the rest of us do not have contracts with SCS. I see comments in the TruckersMP chat about the rip of the suspension. Yeah, this road is quite bouncy. I didn't expect it to be this bouncy. So yeah, we definitely need our suspensions to be checked and replaced. Will SCS release West Balkans before Heart of Russia? Yes, they will. Heart of Russia right now is how should we call this? Put on hold for indefinitely, basically.
So actually, you would say we don't know if it actually releases before Western Balkans, but the thing is, Western Balkans actually seems to be just in progress and will be released. While for Heart of Russia, it really depends on how some real-world situations are actually going.
Yeah, exactly.
That one, well, that completely depends on what happens with the war. We can't say whether it'll come out before or after. It depends on the war.
Well, even then, to be honest, I don't expect that if the war all of a sudden ends that everybody starts releasing things regarding to Russia. But yeah, that's probably a bit of a different topic for r/politics on Reddit or something. But
so someone also asked when ProMods will available for ETS2. If you've been ProMods 2.61, it's already available since Monday, and if you are talking about Middle East, we have no idea.
Hopefully within a few weeks.
Hopefully.
It depends. That's always like we cannot really do estimations because it also depends on when people have free time, and then they of course need to spend some time on it, and it's already hard to just estimate it if you have unlimited time, but we don't have it, so. Especially in my case, I often promise to do something and then I don't have time for 3 days or 5 days or a week.
And then you also get the thing like that you also have always bugs on interfering, just throwing a span into your planning.
All right. Frosty Lucas, he says he gets it. I'm not really sure what you get, but I think you asked the question before, and he gives us a compliment on the fantastic job we do. So, well, thank you very much for that. This guy speaks definitely not Dutch. His Dutch-English accent. What? Oh, yeah. What? Huh? I don't understand anything from this comment. I do speak Dutch, and I probably have a very bad Dutch-English accent, so. Alright. Nice comment.
Surprising how many of our users picked up English from being part of ProMods.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh yeah, definitely. Even the place I work tells me my English is well better than average. Let it yeah.
Well, to be honest, I have done like the Cambridge certification, and I followed the International Baccalaureate English Literature or English Advanced Literature or something like that. But yeah, I wasn't the greatest student, I guess.
Yeah, actually, I picked it up on the previous community I was involved in with SimCity 4, so I was also regularly using the chat there, and that's where I got quite skilled in actually forming sentences in English quite fast. So it's now becoming natural. It's actually becoming so natural that it even tries to seep into my subconscious. So I literally can dream in English.
All right, yeah, I see some more bashing about our accents. Well, that's really nice. I mean, I see also a comment regarding that who doesn't have a Dutch accent. Yeah, that's true. In this case, we have a lot of Dutch people in here. But don't forget, of course, that both Mandelsoft, Skull, and me, basically the three admins of ProMods, all are or slash were Dutch. So. Yeah, I think it's great that we decided to do the project in English instead of Dutch, because otherwise only like 10 people could have downloaded it, and now 10 more people could have downloaded it because it's in English. I see.
Don't lie, your special admin room is in Dutch, isn't it?
I'm sorry, again?
Never mind.
Yeah, but yeah, I have tried to.
What? I just got kicked.
I saw
What
that.
the heck?
I just got kicked from the server. Ah, fuck. I was just
Sean?
I was just overtaking everybody to be, well, back at the ProMods team again.
Oh, that'll do it.
No, I got...
Overtaking probably isn't allowed in this convoy. It depends on the convoy rules that were defined by the organizers.
Yeah, did you read the rules, volleyball?
The rules apply to us too.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Oh well, that.
I was almost there. I saw Nico in the distance.
Oh
They're
really?
approaching the Moldovan border, so it's going to get a bit slow now.
All right, that's good for the heads up. I think actually
It's time
that
to either catch up or teleport.
I'm actually not sure if I'm like now driving behind the ProMods part of the convoy, or if I think I'm behind a different team. Doesn't matter. We will get there. How often do dream about waking up from a dream? Yes. Oh, and somebody says volleyball for life. My condolences. Well.
Yeah, thanks, Tom.
I actually had a few times where I was in a dream and I was actually being aware that I was dreaming. That was also quite weird. I think one of the times that I was aware that I was dreaming was that I was looking at the digital clock and it was saying time like something like 25:64. I'm like, this can't be correct.
I see that this person, Raya, that started the discussion about accents, is talking about a problem I have as well. That you speak so much English during the day, because I speak like English with the ProMods people, but also at work we speak English because we have how do you call it, expats in our team. So then when you need to start to speak Dutch, it feels so weird again. On the other hand, luckily Dutch nowadays uses so many English words, so there's almost no difference anymore.
Yeah, I try to actually pay attention to my accent, so it's not really that extreme Dutch accent. I can actually try a more extreme Dutch accent, and then it would sound something like this, and then it's really that sounds really rough. But that's not the way I would talk usually.
It seems like we have a single gate border crossing on our route.
It was apparently supposed to be disabled.
Aha, well, it clearly is not disabled, and I think when I yeah, okay.
Bypassing the second crossing though.
Yeah.
Blame me, because I did this border crossing. Really sorry.
Yeah, but I think you did it this way because this is how it is in real life. Am I correct?
Yeah.
It's realistic.
Almost.
Okay. Yeah. Well. Yeah, this is gonna take a while. Oh man, this traffic jam is becoming quite big.
Plum, do you want
Oh.
to continue? Oh, Plum isn't here in the chat, right?
Oh, what do you mean? You can fix it or what?
No, I don't know if he wants to join or not. Oh yeah, he's joining. Good.
Oh, he's joining? Okay, excellent.
Because he was just standing aside. But, oh yeah.
Alright.
Somebody asked how good your Czech is since you've been in Prague. I've been in Prague for 2.5 years, and my Czech is maybe good enough to order something at the restaurant or to form some basic sentences. But whenever I got a telephone call there and was in Czech, and it was like, oh help, what am I supposed to say, Ryan? What? And then like, can you speak English? Perhaps?
I can speak one sentence in Czech. If I remember correctly, it's Ukončete prosím výstup a nástup dveře se zavírají, I think, right?
Yes.
Is it correct? Yeah, okay.
So it's like the doors are closing in the metro.
Yeah, exactly. It's the woman in the metro always says that. That's basically the only thing, the only Czech I can remember. I also see that somebody asks about more F roads to be added in Iceland. I mean, I don't think it's F to pay respect, but more probably F is what they use in Iceland for secondary roads. Or...
Yeah, the roads across the middle of the country, basically.
Ah, okay. So don't press F in the chat, but it's okay.
F
Interesting.
actually, so F roads are all these unpaved roads.
Okay.
You are not allowed to drive without special vehicles.
Exactly, and that's why people are asking for it, because it's quite a challenge.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can.
Ben has joined us.
Yeah, it wasn't working for a while.
Yay!
Well, introduce yourself.
I'm Plum. I've worked a lot on Exeter and Plymouth.
No, you're back. Carry on.
Sorry, I keep having to hold down on the button.
Push to talk, right?
Yes, so I've worked on Frankfurt lately, and now working a bit on Poznan in Poland.
Oh, yes. Well, not only that, Plum you're also very active in the community server, and actually you were also quite active with organizing this event, correct?
Yes, I work with Svartwolf. Yeah, he helped with a lot of the company.
Yeah, actually, I was quite surprised by how much time and effort is being put in by so many people in order to organize something that seems so trivial. So, yeah, thank you again to the event team for making sure that everything here is working smoothly and everybody is sort of trying to drive the right way. I'm not sure how well that is going lately, but I think we are still on the right track towards our destination.
Oh lol, I am officially banned from TMP.
Where are you?
What?
This is for inappropriate overtaking.
Sean, fix
That
it.
is what I did.
Ask the chat.
I have been banned by AVX Lightning.
Lightning.
The border gate is just open, so I will just cross it illegally. I'm leaving Ukraine illegally now, and hopefully they enter me in. That's quite interesting. I'm not sure why for me the border gate kept open, but yeah. Well.
It does that. If you follow the person in front very closely, you can sneak through.
Well, I didn't
Hey,
follow very closely, but yeah.
Hey, you know what they say? Don't ask, profit from it.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'm in Moldova now. I'm not sure. I also didn't have a border check when entering, so hopefully I don't carry too many illegal booze or cigarettes. But yeah.
Do we have some people from SCS here? We see there's a VTC called SCS Logistic.
Oh.
I'd be surprised if anyone on SES was watching.
Yeah, me too. I mean, would be quite interesting, but yeah, I mean they have to sacrifice their free Saturday in order to yeah, be part of this. So actually, this Moldova, this was built by us, right? Moldova was never part of the DLC that SCS made, correct?
Nope. So it's all built by me and G-Race.
Alright.
This part built by G-Race.
Oh yeah, it looks lovely. I feel quite bad that I have not seen it before, but yeah, that's kind of a recurring theme with me. So.
I feel bad too, man.
All right.
I remember working on the border into Romania for 2.45.
24/5. Oh, as in.
Yeah, our versions, Nico, keep up.
Yeah. Sorry, I was like 24/5, like 24 hours for 5 days. What?
Yeah, it was part of the merge with like the Balkan DLC.
So we got rid of our ancient Romania and Moldova.
Exactly. Yeah, I actually worked on that as well. I think I made like 2 or 3 connectors because I can remember that we had to like update like 10 connections or something in order to get all this. 12. Well, there you go. And I think I worked on the Greek-Turkish one, and I worked on the one to I think it was Serbia or something. I'm not sure. I should probably not say too much, otherwise everybody's going to.
Yeah, but it was quite a hell to mix everything in there.
Yeah, it was definitely a challenge, but yeah. I'm actually not even sure if I'm still following the convoy now, because I don't have anybody in front of me anymore, and I'm just following the route navigation, so.
There was quite a big gap.
Oh,
Maybe
no,
we-
there's a
Maybe
cross
we should
here.
slow down a bit.
Yeah, especially since the border crossing is quite a bottleneck right now, so we are losing everybody.
But yeah, the old Moldova was actually really dreadful in quality. So that one had to go. So everything was just completely scrapped and built from the ground up again.
I think Moldova is also from long ago, just like the old Romania.
Yeah, I think most of Romania and Moldova was built in 1.9, and that's not ProMods 1.9. No, that's ETS to 1.9.
Yeah, exactly. That's yeah.
That's basically ancient.
Yeah, definitely. I can remember that actually. I think Romania and Moldova were already done for like a year before we released it. So.
Yeah, they were already quite old when we put them in.
Oh, okay. Oh, somebody says hello. Hello back. Oh, people are complaining that I'm driving too fast. Well, I'm trying to catch up, people. Would the
Careful if
ProMods
you're trying
team
to get-
to a convoy with SCS and live stream with them? Well, we would like to, but so far we had no success regarding that. So well, doesn't matter. Convoy alone, it's a nice concept. I'm not. Oh, they are talking about the convoy mode. Well, I mean, convoy is nice, but we want to play with more than 8 people right now. So then it of course does. Oh.
Yeah, our convoy is too big.
Yeah, exactly. I finally managed to catch up to the front of the convoy. I mean, my personal stance on convoys versus TruckersMP is that like convoys is quite okay if you want to drive with somebody you know or some people you know. But if you are like alone or you want to meet new people, then TruckersMP is of course a much better place to use because it's of course more MMO type. It's always fun to drive around with I think we once did that, right, Sean? That we were driving around and that somebody else just joined our convoy for the rest of the night, basically, and just talked a bit with us regarding things. Oh, somebody's driving the other way around. SCS Logistics.
Do you mean Smokey? But yeah.
Oh, is that Smokey?
I mean, yeah, TruckersMP is different than convoys because convoys is like closed sessions. So when you want to drive with just a friend and probably like thousands of mods, then convoys is good. TruckersMP is like MMO, so it's not comparable in my opinion.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Not to mention that like it's basically sort of two game modes. I mean, like SES did create almost the same with like a multiplayer, but then the way they implemented multiplayer is like completely opposite to what you guys are doing. Yeah, where for you guys it's more an MMO type. With SES went for a closed session type, and I'm actually quite curious if SES would ever consider going to an MMO type of multiplayer, because that's not just the technical side of things, it also requires a lot of moderation and maintenance to keep that up and keep it running.
Yes, definitely.
I see a
So-
comment, can't play
But,
ProMods. Okay, that almost went wrong. I see a comment, can't play ProMods because I don't have Iberia DLC, sadly. Yeah, that's one of the downsides with Euro Truck Simulator 2 ProMods. We decided to always include as almost all the DLCs because that's for us easier to develop and maintain, and that's just the way that Euro Truck is set up. But you can always download ProMods for ProMods for ATS. You only need Washington and Oregon for there. So some shameless advertising by me right now. So any idea of
But
India map?
Also,
Wow,
I'm
that's
sorry,
far
Nico.
away.
I was going to say,
Yes,
actually,
go
at the
ahead.
end of the month, Steam will have a summer sale at the end of this month. So
Really?
if you haven't got Iberia DLC, hopefully you'll be able to get it sometime at the end of this month on sale as well.
Yeah, because Iberia is that the newest DLC that SCS released?
It is the newest, yeah, but in a previous sale it has gone on sale, so hopefully they'll keep that same discount, if not increase it. So
They
It's
probably
still-
have some discount, but not as big as the discounts they have on, for instance, the Scandinavian or
Of course,
DLC
yeah.
North. But yeah.
It's actually the newest DLC because Russia has been been fridged.
I see a comment regarding if we can make the Danish transport center near Veje in Denmark and maybe at Fredericia. Well,
Fredericia is way too close to Kolding,
I
so
think
that's going to fit.
I think we had those problems before that everything there is really tight.
Yeah, I mean, let's say if you look at if you look at, for instance, the Benelux, everything is so close together you can't map it all. Like, it's just absolutely no space there.
Somebody's asking, where's everyone? My stream isn't synced, I'm low on fuel and lost. Well, I'm driving on the M14 in Moldova, but I cannot say much more about my location, so I'm not sure if that would help you, sir. Hopefully you can find somebody with some fuel and somebody who can give you directions.
I didn't actually realize TruckersMP are also streaming this, and I think Crewlex and some other people.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
there are a few people running their own streams in the Convoy.
Yeah, so that's actually quite nice. But it does mean that we have less viewers here. No.
Someone asked, how long did it take to rebuild London?
Oh, please don't talk about that.
One, just too long. But actually, it's more like I think it's 2 or 3 years. So it was really long, and that's also the thing with these big rebuild projects. They take so long that actually, well, some of these are just going to be extended way beyond their way beyond what we actually want, and it's usually already old when it gets released. And yeah, one of the infamous examples of that is that's one that's still not finished, and that is Poznan. Poznan has been in development since pretty much forever, maybe 3, 4, maybe 5 years even. It's so long in development, but we really want to finish that.
I do have
It is
to
a very big project.
put a remark there as well that it's not like active development for 3 years or 5 years or whatever, but sometimes it just takes, some people are longer absent or the project gets moved on, especially like with London, because I think the M25 was also part of the London rebuild. I mean, London in itself is already huge, and then rebuilding those huge motorways, it was a project that just kept kept growing and growing. To be honest, I'm actually still quite surprised by because after a while more people started joining it to finish it, and I actually quite like how it turned out. I think in London we have a very nice mixture of recognizable places, but also like useful places when it comes to trucking, because that's always like a big challenge to make an area that's both accessible for trucking, which is often just the industrial area, but also what you as a tourist would see. So and that's often the place where the trucks don't come, and SCS really much focuses on where the trucks come. So with a lot of big cities, they just focus on the industrial areas, while we try to find the balance where we also build more the city center, but realistically trucks often are not really allowed there.
Yeah, Rome.
Yeah, for instance, Rome is a nice example, but yeah, I think...
Yeah, when do we start development on Vatican City?
Is that a question, or is that a question from you?
That's a joke, Nico. Don't worry.
No, well, I mean, it depends. I mean, if the Pope gives us the blessing, then we can do it, I guess. The moment when I got Potsdam instead of Potsdam, that's a good joke. Oh, and there's actually Omni. It's one of the developers. Wow. Okay.
If beta testers, you mean?
Oh, is that a tester? Okay, yeah. Any updates on Norway? And are we going to see like those difficult narrow roads? Thank you. I think right now there is no development in Norway, and I think the narrow roads you're referring to are these truck videos where these long double trailers are like driving on. Oh my god, some nice desync.
Yeah, maybe something like the Trollstigen.
Yeah, for instance, I'm actually not sure. Do we already have some bare bones regarding that? I wouldn't even be surprised.
I think we have some bare bones for the Trollstigen, but I think they haven't been touched in years.
Yeah, because
exactly.
since Callum became inactive as a developer.
Check.
There are a lot of bare bones in Norway.
Check. Alright, well, I mean, maybe it depends on how many developers we still have, and if there's somebody who's interested who wants to make it, etc. Spoiler for the future, Omni, yeah, of course.
Indeed, anyone in the community who wants to try their hand at building something, try and improve your skills, that we might eventually make you a developer. That's how we've sourced so many developers in the past. Just encourage their learning and their map skills, and eventually we might let them in.
Not just map skills as well, because definitely the add-on team at the moment is very deficient. It's just me and one other person, Dastrobel. So if there's anyone out there who's watching who's good with trailer skins or modeling or anything like that, we can definitely consider some people for the add-on team as well.
Even for testers as well, lacking in a few fronts.
Yeah.
If you want to report a load of bugs on our forum, we think you're enthusiastic, then we select you as a tester for our maps.
Exactly, yeah, quite often we see the question popping up, like how can I become a tester, etc. And generally the easiest way to do it is just start reporting bugs on our forum and doing them as specified with our guidelines. And most of the time, if you start posting too many, our beta testers get like, how should I call it, fed up by having to duplicate them in the reporting tool, so you become a tester so you can put them in yourself.
Someone's asking about the A7 in Germany to Austrian border, if that will return.
That's a bit unclear, because the German side maybe is very relatively easy to build, but there was also a lot of old content there. But the problem is mainly how to connect on the Austrian side, because you would have to dig right through mountain scenery in Innsbruck, and that is pretty annoying. Say it lightly.
Yeah, exactly. The mountain scenery in Austria rebuilt, or generally in Austria, is just really tricky. So
yeah, and it's royally in the way.
Definitely, that too. Definitely. All right. Regarding if you want to help out on the project, etc. I mean, you can always also join our community Discord. We got loads of channels there and loads of developers, and you can showcase your work or ask the technical questions there. I mean, we are not people who will teach you everything from A to Z, but if you have technical problems or you have technical questions, then we are really willing to help you out. We are not in the position to train everybody from zero to SCS game developer. That just takes way too much time for us. But especially for the people who have some basic knowledge and want to grow and want to learn more, then join our Discord. I see that currently it's on the screen, discord.gg/ProMods. So yeah, hang out there. And learn from some of the people who have a lot of experience. I can tell from my side, like when I started modding, there was not a lot of information and no real community. So I think a lot of information came from old manuals from the Euro Truck Simulator 2008 game, or I think Skull found some information on some sketchy Russian forum where we had to use Google Translate for everything. But yeah, that's basically how information was gathered back then. But nowadays there is loads of information on the internet, and of course a lot of communities which you can join where people can help you out. So,
there are a lot of non-team members who often help as well.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's the great thing about the community server, of course, that it's not just limited to a person with a title. A lot of people with other or with skills also, of course. Oh man, I have a cough. A lot of people with the skills as well, but not part of the team, can help you with the questions or problems or whatever you might have.
Or they can watch your tutorials as you made some in the past.
That's true, but I think like a lot of those tutorials are for really old game versions, so depends on how relevant they are anymore.
Yeah, I think mine are all also like 5 years old now. I think one of the more popular tutorials for beginners is the one from Stefan E.
Yeah, he made quite some tutorials lately, I think, right? Or am I talking about a different guy?
Yeah, and somebody asked if there is any rebuild of Silesia coming. First of all, we didn't know that it was even a thing. And second, we have no idea, I think, because nobody actually started on this project. But there were plans for doing something important in Subcarpathia, so near Zreshov. But yeah, that got kind of stalled. I tried to start with it, but I was a bit overwhelmed by the size of the project, and it was a bit demotivating. And that's why I actually now working also on Potsdam, because that's already a running project, and I hope that would stimulate my motivation more.
I see somebody's asking where we are now currently. Well, if you're watching the stream, I think we are now driving through the capital of Moldova. Or actually, I just left it.
I think if I pronounce it correctly, it's Chisinau. Chisinau.
I have no idea how to pronounce it. That's why I called it the capital of Moldova, because then I didn't do anything wrong yet.
Yeah, I think Mandelsoft got it about right.
Yeah, okay. It's a shame you don't redo Portugal and Spain, because the 25 de Abril bridge passes by trains and I don't see it.
Well, it could be skill. It could be skill issues, because yeah, you still have to take care of a 1 in 90 skill, and not everything will fit in there. And yeah, it's like there may be inaccuracies in Iberia, but it's not that bad compared to other areas on the map. There is also something we famously call the home bias, and that is that you are much more able to spot errors on the map that you are familiar with than the ones that you are not familiar with, and that's how areas you're familiar with can look worse than areas you are not familiar with. Well, they may contain the exact same kind of errors or the exact same severity, but you just don't notice it because you don't know that it's wrong.
I think it's also worth mentioning the Spain merge is still ongoing.
Yeah, that's quite a long-term project right now, and it's because it's so complex.
I see there's a question regarding going to the Middle East through Turkey by road. If I recall correctly, we actually have a developer who is like working on that, not particularly fast, but there is some progress being made regarding this. If I
But
remember.
yeah, lately there was also that we've a whole skirmish on the forums about that, which
Yeah,
was
no.
actually demotivating him. So yeah, it's now I'm a bit uncertain if it's actually going to be going to continue.
Well, at least somebody worked on it. And another question regarding UK. Well, currently there's not a lot of UK development, but Cash Time is working from area to area sometimes. So plans for Italy. Well, again, I think right now there is nobody working on Italy, and there are no active plans yet. But yeah, I mean, if somebody joins the team who is interested in Italy development, then it can change quite quickly. But right now, we don't have anybody working on it.
There is, I think, some small developments which are still secret in near Italy at least.
Okay, but what kind of secret? Secret that we cannot share, or other secret?
Yeah, not announced officially yet.
Okay, but we can share it here, right?
You mean the unfinished work from Real Deal?
No, can't remember who made it.
I think you're
I don't think
talking
it's-
about Vlad. I think.
Yes.
Oh yes, I'm not sure if we have revealed that on the forums yet or not.
So I think that'll
think
be
you
a secret
did.
for now.
Hard to keep track of what we've talked about and what we haven't.
Some plans on more snowy areas? No, not really currently. Well, actually, regarding ETS2, not, but for ATS, we are thinking about it again if we go far up north. But well, that's still far away. Oh, and somebody immediately asks on ATS when doing coast to coast. Well, if you want to do coast to coast, there is a map already available for that. How long it will take for us to go from coast to coast? I probably think 2030. About that time.
2030, isn't that a bit optimistic?
Yeah, probably
I
because
think that's very optimistic. Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Get all the
there is
Bertha
some
done
very
by
rough
2030.
I'm
like
curious
Sniper.
when SCS will do coast to coast in ATS. Because
I see a good question from Scan720. When the mods will help with some mapping. Well, mods are mods for a reason. If we all map, we have nobody doing, well, the moderating stuff. So, well, modders will eventually maybe help mapping, but in the first place, it's not our job.
somebody trying to cover himself that he doesn't help with building the project, but of course, definitely true. Moderators keep the forum moderated.
See, Bricks at Home is here as well now.
Oh, did Briggs join? Did he join the Discord chat or?
No, just on the YouTube chat.
Oh,
Yeah, just YouTube.
hello, non-working folks. I think he is working and he has a break, so he is mocking people who have a weekend. I see. That's the kind of level he went to. Well, hello, Briggs. Well, somebody says that the Volleyball for Life is an official dev now. Well,
Yeah.
clearly some miscommunication is going on here.
Miscommunication? Why?
So, someone asked if there are more plans to expand Ukraine. and there are plans. When it's going to happen, we have no idea. Because nobody is actually working there, but yeah, there are plans, but plans are plans, and plans don't are not useful until somebody actually works on it.
I
Wait,
can try to answer, like, add some more to this
plans
question
are
since.
plans? Nice. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah,
If you know
yeah.
more, of course, share.
Well, I can say that the main goal is like to expand the northern part of Ukraine, basically to get closer to. Well, right now it's on hold DLC of Heart of Russia, but anyway, I mean the main goal is to make at least some northern parts like um, Kiev and stuff, and then I think we can connect like Romania and Moldova to this. Also, I had some plans in southern part in Odessa, but for now this project is like also on hold. I can call it like this.
It's complicated, let's just say it like
Yeah,
that.
it's quite complicated. Yeah,
and
indeed.
and not just regarding the mapping, but more about the real world activities.
I think, well, there's more of a focus on. We'll be working towards releasing Kazakhstan and a connection to that at some point, won't we?
I think that's a question regarding or directed at Grace, right?
Yeah, I think it directed by to me. Yeah, can you repeat the question? Like,
Well, there's more of a focus about mapping Kazakhstan and connections to that now, because of course we don't know when the Russia DLC is going to release now.
yeah, but I mean, in Kazakhstan it's even more complicated. I can say because in that area, basically in Kazakhstan, Russia, in Siberian region, there are so many maps like Volga map and Sibir map and Rus map. Of course, I mean, we have to deal with them. Basically, ask everyone to make connections, especially with Sibir map, because Sibir map used to be dependent on Kazakhstan because it was the only way you can get to Sibir, like to Omsk. I'm sorry, not Omsk, to Chelyabinsk, only via Kazakhstan, only like this. So our Kazakhstan is really important in that area. Is really important.
Yeah, so it's said if just by your answer about your question about Hungary, did I understand correctly that we did not see renewal in this country from you soon, from Dennis Michali? It seems to be unlikely that we are going to do anything in Hungary because it may be a bit too risky right now. It's also the reason why we also don't do much in, I think, the Benelux. Because yeah, it's all that, but if we were to do anything, it will be a lot of work, and then we risk it for being lost quite soon to SES rebuilds. But we will have, it's really uncertain there in that region, so we really have to. But we can focus on other areas, and there's still enough to do, so we won't be out of a job anyway.
Yeah, exactly. In Euro Truck, it's always also good to think or try to look ahead. What might SCS be doing, and is it smart to take this now and have the risk that we lose this work within 1 or 2 years, or if we can better focus on something else. But of course, regarding how should I say, it's not just a matter of will SCS pick it up, but also if there's nobody dedicated or passionate about the area, then of course it happens less. I mean, I think that's almost like more important than having than just having an area. It's also having somebody who wants to work on it. And then, of course, we always need to be careful with home buyers, because we have seen in the past how home buyers resulted in really interesting maps. I think the soap around Poland rebuilding was a good indication of how home buyers can completely clutter the map.
Oh yeah, Gdansk.
Exactly.
The Gdansk was completely completely humongous. It like say if we count companies, most cities have maybe 8-10 companies. And the entire Gdansk area has like 100, so that would completely throw off the economy.
I see there's a question. What's your favorite trucks in ETS2 or ATS? Well, in ETS2 I really like this DAF. That's why I have it, because I really like it. And of course, I have to like DAF because it's a Dutch brand. Actually, the company I work for, they sometimes do projects for DAF. A nephew of mine, he worked as a quality manager at DAF, so yeah, for some reason DAF has. Oh, and of course, this truck has 3 wipers. I like that a lot as well. I'm not sure, but yeah, that's my favorite truck. Regarding ATS, oh man, I don't know really much about American trucks. The bigger they are, the better for me. But yeah, I'm not sure. How is it with you guys here in the voice chat?
I think the funny thing is that my favorite trick, I actually don't own it in the game. I think that's one of the new Scanias.
One of the new Scanias. Alright. I think lately there have been a lot of new trucks added, so...
Yeah, I think it's Scania S, if I'm correct.
Alright.
For me, it's just any DAF I kind of like.
The one with the F or with the V?
Just
Only the OG players will know that reference.
Exactly, only the OG players will know that.
I don't think I ever drove the original DAV.
Oh no, really? Oh. I can remember that like long ago. I made like before this ProMods channel became the ProMods channel and it was my own channel. I made a video of me buying a dev truck in Euro Truck Simulator 2, and for some reason it's one of the most watched videos on the channel. Yeah. Never realized that it's so interesting when somebody buys a DAF in Euro Truck Simulator 2.
Oh, somebody wants to ask what my actual truck's in the game. That's a Volvo FH16.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I was going to say my favourite's the FH16 as well, because it's the only one that's actually built in Australia.
Oh really? Do they build it there like for the rest of the world or just for the Australian market?
It's just pretty much just the Australian market, but the market's so large they actually even offered them with Cummins engines at one point.
Oh really? Yeah, I just want to say, like, I've seen before like images from trucks in Australia, and the FH16 is like quite common there. Actually, I think even in Extreme Trucker 2, the game that SCS made, they had the well, it wasn't the official Volvo truck, but a version of a Volvo truck.
Yeah, you'll find the FH16 a lot on interstate, like triple trucks and things like that, in addition to like Scanias and Western Stars and American makes.
Yeah, exactly. Well, to be honest, I often drove the FH16 as well because I quite like the front of that truck. The I don't know, the way those headlights are shaped, it's quite a modern. Well, actually, yeah, it's quite a modern look.
Yeah, the headlights are quite fetching.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not sure. Are there other people
Guys,
in the chat who
sorry
want to
to
chat? Yeah,
interrupt.
of course.
So just for the rest of the convoy, we're already in Romania. I want to say that you can bypass the Romanian border crossing. Basically, there is like a shortcut on the right, just for your information, so you won't waste any time. And we are already in Romania, as I said, really
Yeah.
close to our finishing.
All right.
Yeah, we are nearly at the end. 1 hour, 6 minutes away in game.
Yeah. So just so you know.
I see that the gate synchronization here is having some trouble, Sean. So some work for you to do.
Not like this.
A nice way to start your Sunday, I guess.
And,
oh well, that's how you learn about bugs, by playing the game, right?
Yeah, definitely.
so I also see someone asking about if there are any plans in Switzerland and for the return of Liechtenstein. I think is that it's it's like what the case with Hungary, but even stronger, because I think there's quite some indications that Switzerland will also be rebuilt very soon.
All right.
I mean, so Switzerland is also a quite risky area to develop right now. So I think so for now we avoid it quite a bit, and I hope but if SS is going to build there, then that could be great, because if they deliver the same quality as Austria, just then we are in for a really good DLC. DLC, really good reskin.
Yeah, free expansion. The amount of work, dedication, and detailing they put in these free expansions from SCS are quite crazy if you come to think of it, because they don't really earn any money from it anymore. But still, they put a lot of time in to make the game look really nice. For everybody watching the stream, we now entered Romania, and actually we now entered the city we are supposed to finish in, right? I'm not sure how to pronounce it, so I won't do it, but we entered the city.
I think it's Galaci.
Yeah,
It should be Galatz. Just Galatz.
Galatz, I don't know. At least we entered it now, so I guess we are almost at the end of driving, probably.
Yeah, once we reach the little river ferry, that's our finishing point.
Ah, really? Alright. Mandy really likes Switzerland.
And somebody asked how many developers are working on Ireland right now. I think at the moment nobody's actively working on Ireland, unfortunately.
Somebody says hello, so hello back.
And Georgia expansion is also in the plans, but development's going a bit slow there, so don't expect it that soon.
Alright. I didn't really follow if there was a big discussion regarding trucks in the chat, but I think I haven't heard anything regarding trucks from volleyball, for instance.
Well, my favorite truck in the game is also DEF in ETS, but not the DEF you are driving. I prefer driving the new DEF, the XG Plus.
The one with the camera mirrors, or?
Yes, the one with the stupid camera mirrors. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Well, it's not the greatest looking truck with these camera mirrors, but well, it's a DEF. It's new, and it sounds good. So that's why I'm driving that. And for ATS, I'm driving a Mac Anthem. Because that's, the newest and most squarish.
Squarish.
Squarish, yeah. Yeah. Well, the awesomeness of American trucks is determined by their squariness.
Oh, really?
The squarer, the better.
All right.
Yeah. The only times that I actually drove in ATS, I also picked the Mac.
Yeah, I don't really play the games often, so like when I lately drove ATS, I was quite surprised by how many trucks you could already select from, because I can remember a time when American Truck Simulator was released that there were like only 2 or 3 trucks or something.
There were 2.
Yeah, that was it, right? There was a Peterbilt and a Kenworth, right? And that was it.
Yeah, the new Peterbilt and the new Kenworth. Yeah, that was all it was.
Yeah, exactly. 2016, I think it was, that ATS was released.
Yeah.
Yes.
If you consider like in 6 years to to the amount of trucks they have gone, and also the map and everything, how that expanded, it's quite
an achievement.
Quite amazing in my opinion. And yeah, well, I mean, of course, I work a lot on ATS and ProMods Canada, so I'm a bit biased, but I really like the way that the SCS approaches American Truck Simulator, and generally the whole concept behind it. So.
And the rescale. I think they should be lauded for actually going through with the rescale, because the game really needed it.
Yeah, definitely that too. Because like the old skill was brutal. I mean, yeah, the minutes counted faster than the seconds basically. So that I see
And we
someone.
have reached our destination, I just butt in and say.
All right, excellent. Yeah, I see a question regarding updating Friesland and Groningen in the Netherlands. Whoa,
This is no collisions area, so
I think I
we
got hit
just
from
park up.
behind. Yeah, I got hit from behind, so uh, that's interesting. I almost made it.
Is it
Maybe.
plum again?
No, I'm not sure. At least I think I got hit from behind. I'm not sure. I was reading the chat.
Okay, this parking is gonna be interesting.
See if we can get the team lined up.
What's left of it, I suppose.
Maybe when Sean has time, he can help me out. I put my hazards on because it's yeah. Uh,
What happened? Oh my goodness.
I'm not sure. I got hit from behind. I got hit.
Yeah, I'll rescue you. No worries.
Thank you very much. I think we should next time I stream. I should probably bake in like a replay or how do you call it, a replay function that we can replay these kinds of things.
Your
Somebody
truck,
should take a clip of it.
Well, okay.
your truck should just be one big no collision zone.
Yeah. Well, at least like even though with this hard crash, my forklift stayed on the trailer, so. That means that whoever secured this trailer did a really thorough job. So that's nice to see. Though they are 88% damaged, so that's not that great, I guess. So, well, let's quickly just fix my
you
truck.
did worse job.
Okay. I'm not sure. Do we need to park somewhere on this area or?
I've parked in the corner. You'll see the rest of us here.
Alright, then I will try to get there without any problems, but oh, this is a no collision area probably, right?
Yes, you
Yeah,
can
you
see
should
the
be
icons
fine.
above the nickname.
Yeah, exactly. Are these promos people? Oh yeah, they are. Alright.
Some of us are.
So where's the back of the convoy? I want to know.
They are probably still far away. Okay, this is not going very great. This is the SCS Parking Challenge XL.
Just seeing everybody fails parking is really awesome.
I'm trying to park from the dev camera.
It's tricky, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm using the outside camera because when I sit in the truck, all I can see is like basically the other truck inside of me because of the no collision zone. So that's like, yeah, not really useful. I also have the feeling that I'm just going forwards and backwards, so that's also not really useful. So let's try it again. For some reason, it's actually quite hard to park with the outside camera. It's a lot easier to do it like with your inside camera because then you're like facing the wheel like more logically. Anyways, this is going well now. I'm parking next to Soulless. Alright, so that's it. Well, at least we managed to arrive at our destination. For the people who didn't see my truck at the start of the game, this is my truck. Let me see who do we have here more? Oh, Grace, the lead of the convoy, he was driving the Scania. And Nathan was also driving a Duff. I like the paint job with the stripes below it.
Thank you.
Really nice. And then we have TKK driving a Merc. Actually, I quite like the Merc as well, the look, but I don't know, it does look a bit aggressive, but yeah. Oh, nice rims.
Yeah. There is a facelift as well, which is not in game yet, so I'm hoping one day that'll come.
Pavel, or SCS I should say.
Yeah.
I see here. Oh, this is the VTC who have a nice fresh set of colors. Okay, well, anyways,
And we have lost Patrick along the way. volleyball for life. So rip Diru.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
Sean is now parking
way
up as
back.
well. Seems like he has the exact same trailer as I have. What a coincidence.
I used the great feature of job dispatch.
Exactly. Yeah. But let's promote the job dispatcher. I'm not sure for the people who never seen it. You can press here and you can basically just generate any job from anywhere to anywhere with any trailer you want. Preview it and
You
yeah.
can compete from other people, use their trailer as well.
Exactly, really, yeah. We use it a lot if we play together, so we just basically generate our own jobs from cities we want to explore, especially when there are new DLCs. We are of course exploring them together, and then we can drive with exactly the same cargoes. So that's
And
really
it
nice.
obviously works in ProMods as well.
Yeah, that too, definitely. And I was wondering, like, there's nobody coming here anymore.
It's just like a few selected people, so not everybody parks here, I guess.
Ah,
Yeah,
there are
it's been
different
split up.
parkings. Check. Okay, that explains a lot.
I thought we were all just
Just-
going to pile up onto the boat.
That would be interesting. No, okay, here, see, it's really well organized. Well, I guess then, well, I still have.
Or the rest is still coming? Oh yeah, the rest is still coming, okay.
Yeah, I mean, props to the event team for organising all of this.
Definitely. So, I think if I look at the map, we started in Brno, or however you pronounce it.
But no, yeah.
And I think we drove, yeah, we drove this way. We explored here this back road, and here we went onto the highway in. I think this is Slovakia, right? Yep. And
Thank
then,
you, Viva Trucking.
all right. Oh, there's probably people talking in the chat. Sorry. Then we quickly crossed into Ukraine. And we drove, I think, to the north, right? To Stry or whatever it's called. Yeah, exactly. And then we drove past here, Balti or whatever it's called, through the capital of Moldova, and then back into Romania. So quite a nice drive. I really enjoyed it. The route it was selected. I'm not sure who actually selected the route. Is that TruckersMP or?
Wasn't it Plum?
I think that was Plum.
Yeah, it was Plum.
Alright.
We don't decide the route.
Well, good job, Plum. It was really nice. I see that there are a lot of people honking now, so.
Well, he typed a message in the chat, in the game chat.
Oh yes, I see it. Community members, Omni, I think. Really nice. Well, I hope that a lot of people had fun participating with the driving. I also hope that oh my god, I see already people bashing my parking.
And driving.
Yeah, I hope the
How are you
people in the stream enjoyed this well, this kind of format we did here with an event and then creating a stream. Maybe we will try to do streams more regularly, especially around updates to show something, but also to interact with you guys. I think we had a lot of interesting questions, and I hope that we also that we answered a lot of interesting questions. So let me quickly see: are there any more interesting questions in the chat, or we quickly can answer? Favorite trucks. I see that somebody is missing our Valencia or Valencia. I'm not Spanish, but that somebody is missing it very much. I can imagine. It was really nice. I think Real Deal also misses it a lot. Not sure if it will ever come back, and if it comes back, to what extent it will come back.
But it's a complicated merge, because if you want to to merge one thing, you pretty much everything is interconnected, and this makes the merge really complicated to achieve, and we are still busy with it, and that's why it's also taking so long.
Yeah, exactly. I see that more and more people are now arriving again, so I'm always quite interested in the cool truck combinations that people selected. This is an interesting cargo. And this is a cow cargo, but well, this looks really interesting. Oh, cool truck.
There are a lot of save edit trailers around.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that. Some people who did some tricks.
And well, you can copy the trailer from them if they have a job.
With the job dispatcher, or
Yeah, exactly. So you
Oh,
get the exact same trailer.
what a great feature! I see that my computer is slowly getting a harder time trying to render everybody who is arriving here because it's starting to get really busy. But
Well,
sadly,
in the
it's
settings, in the TruckersMP settings, you can define the draw distance of other players, which may help you.
yeah. Well, if everybody enters this container port, it becomes harder and harder. But so far the computer is holding up, so that's great. Unless we are losing the stream right now, then the computer is no longer holding up great. But seems to be all right for now. All right.
Yeah, there are a bunch of people coming out. Hope everyone's taking pictures and going to share them online. Tag us.
Yeah, for sure. Especially on places like Twitter and Instagram, it's really easy for us to. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm like old, so I'm not sure how Instagram works. But like on Twitter, you can like retweet these things. So that's a great way to interact. For Facebook, it's of course a little bit harder, but also feel free to post them on our forum or on the community Discord, or just tag us in wherever you want to post it, of course. I see people saying that it was a fun stream, so I'm really glad that there are people who liked it. The public slots haven't even arrived yet. Yeah, I mean, right now there are 56 players near me, it says, and I think there were like 200 people in the server or something like that, so...
300 players, yeah.
Exactly, it will probably take a long time before everybody arrives, so I think we won't wait on that with this stream, because there's not really much more to discuss.
Unless anyone has any last questions.
Exactly. We can do another very short Q&A or something like that, and otherwise we will probably just slowly start rounding it up and move the stream to the exit. Let's just call it that way.
Come on, not all at once.
Too bad I don't play TruckersMP. It looks fun. I think this was about TruckersMP. Well, just make an account and play it, I guess. Why Norway and Sweden is so empty in the middle? Yeah, because we didn't. Actually, to be honest, Sweden and Norway are quite empty in the middle, but so far we haven't really developed much there yet. So. That's probably the biggest reason why there's not much there. Maybe in the future if we get the developers who are dedicated to working there. Somebody says, thank you all for making such a large mod, especially Mandy.
No, you're welcome.
Yeah, it's basically the result of 9 years of working really hard, which makes it... Oh, this is a nice question. What's your favorite city you did in ETS2 or ATS? Well, Volleyball, what's your favorite city that you did in ETS2 or ATS?
None. But I do like back in the day when we released Antwerp,
Yes.
I really enjoyed that. But it was also mainly because of that started basically the game of our custom lighting. Our street lights, which Mendelsoft made, are especially noticeable in Belgium.
Yeah, exactly.
Because of their old orangey lighting scheme on
But
the highways.
that's
Oh
gone
yeah, how
now.
long?
That's gone now for in 2.61 because in real life Belgium basically updated in maybe just 1 or 2 years all the streetlights there and everything is LED now. So also in our map everything is LED in Belgium.
Yeah, I know that is kind of sad because it really had some character to it, those lighting.
Yeah, I know, but eventually real life catches up and then you have to adapt to it. But yeah,
Hopefully they update the pavement too.
hopefully. Well, Wallonia was actually quite well underway, but in some sections. But yeah, we'll see. On the question, what's the favorite city that we made for me? It's a bit hard because there's quite a bit that I made, but there's still don't know which one is actually the best. But I think Chisinau was also a really good one because that was a capital city and I applied a lot of modern techniques there, and that's why I really like the end result there. But for SES, it's but actually favorite city that I did this was for SES, and that's the new Lyon. The new Lyon is actually really nice because I still managed to keep something from the old version of Lyon, namely the big central part, but completely repurposed it. And so there's still a bit of the old scenery left, but there's also so much new, and now it's actually a proper ring around it. And also with a lot of new techniques, and yeah, it was a bit challenging with the scale, but it's also now nice that actually all players can enjoy it.
Yeah, for me, I think in ETS2 I really liked how Nuremberg turned out, the old one, the one I did first. But also because I have family living there, so it was quite fun to build something you know. And with ATS, I think I'm quite happy with how Vancouver turned out. Also, it's one of the it's probably one of the larger cities in the area, and I think we really were able to give it that feeling, not just Vancouver as one city, but all the cities around it forming that area. So yeah, quite amazing.
Yeah, ATS in the ProMods ATS in general feels more cohesive if the entire area if that in that SES made an ATS, so it really feels like it is something that SES made, and that is not the thing that we have in ProMods for ETS2, because that is where you can actually see much more distinct mapping styles compared to ATS.
Yeah, for sure, definitely. All right, then there's another questions. Are there any plans to renovate the neighborhoods of Köln, Duisburg, and Dortmund? Well, I think it falls in the same category as Mandelsoft explained before. There is a big chance that SCS is going to touch this. So,
Yeah, it's me. We're not sure. It's not sure about it, but maybe SES is looking now at what they did in Austria, and looks at Germany and see that most of these cities are still basically the old versions. Maybe SES is considering redoing them, but there's no public confirmation about that. So maybe they are still working on another country, or yeah.
I hear some kids screaming in the background while by Mandelsoft.
Yeah, that's by the background because I have the windows open. There are children playing outside, so we have some extra people in this chat.
It's interesting. Alright, I see some more thumbs up. How do you guys think we will get multi-drops in the games? Ooh, good question. Of course, up to SCS to implement it, but I think Pavel has talked about it before that they want to do it, so let's see. Everybody started honking their horns. Interesting. Alright, well, I guess. How long would it take to build the whole map in one to? Oh man, that will take forever. Building something in 1-to-1, I mean, just building one city in 1-to-1 will probably take 10 years. So.
Maybe shorter, but 1-to-1 also runs against the limitations of the game, especially when it comes to render distances, and you also probably will have to deal with a lot of performance issues, so it will be slow as hell.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you want to build 1-to-1, you seriously need more assets than you have now, unless you're just building the roads and nothing else around it. So. If you want to go 1-to-1, you need to do something like Microsoft did with Flight Simulator, create an AI that can create maps from satellite imagery and then use that. But for a game as Euro Truck Simulator, that's probably not possible.
Or, you can drive in real life.
Yeah, that too. Anyways, I think we have now just answered most of the question we had now. So now that we are at the finish and there's not much more to discuss, I think it's a good time to wrap it up. So I want to thank, of course, everybody from TMP who helped organizing this event and who were busy today making sure that everybody was going the right direction. I also want to, of course, thank Sean for joining us in the chat, even though we didn't ask him that many questions. He was still here. He was still here to help me out a few times when my truck had some technical difficulties.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Anytime, you're welcome.
Also, for having us.
Exactly. Thank you, all of the other ProMods developers who were here with me, trying to create this fun stream. And of course, thank you for everybody who joined in the stream itself and in the chat. So wait, I think I can write something in the chat as well. A big round of applause. It was really fun. I really enjoyed it. So this how do you say it in Dutch? This tastes to more. So maybe we will organize more streams in the future. But for now, this will be it. So mechanical difficulties. Yeah, exactly. Mechanical difficulties. Anyways, I want to wish everybody, in Europe, a good night. But for the people who are in America or maybe New Zealand, good afternoon and a good morning. And we will see you next time. Bye.
Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye. Have a good night.
Bye bye.